Welcome to Canada's stunning East Coast, where rugged coastlines meet charming towns and every stop has a story to tell. In this special adventure, we're exploring the must-see highlights and hidden gems. From ocean cliffs and lighthouses to cozy Airbnbs, hotels, and nights under the stars in our tent. Whether you're planning your own trip or you just want to sit back and enjoy the view, join us as we uncover the best of the East Coast, one unforgettable stop at a time. It's a long drive out east, and therefore our first stop was Voyageur Provincial. We arrived late and got up early, therefore no full review, but don't worry, stay tuned, we will be back. So they do have the paperless system here, so if you're already pre-registered, you can just directly go to your site. We have to get an additional vehicle permit because we have 2 vehicles, so that's why we have to wait. So that's the registration. This is just an overflow parking lot, and they do have one of those cool old school phone booth.
Early the next morning.
Today was a long drive all the way from Ontario through Quebec to New Brunswick. So our stop here on this road trip is in Grand Falls, New Brunswick, named after probably the falls behind me. And we're just gonna check out Hilltop restaurant. It's a highly rated restaurant here, so let's go check it out. So they do have nice local beers here as well. Anyway, the food was really good, so definitely recommend it. And when you're here and you park by the restaurant, it does bring you to the falls as well. It's a nice little area that you can explore. So if you do like a little bit more off in the adrenaline rush, you can go ziplining here to the other side. It's $48.
The next morning.
We drove to Hartland, the covered bridge, the longest in Canada, and from there we drove to Fundy National Park and we tent camped here. The covered bridge is just like a 5-minute detour from Highway 2, so if you are on the way south, you know, to Fredericton or Moncton or Bay of Fundy, definitely recommend just doing it. It's kind of a unique experience. We then went to Fundy National Park. Now what's absolutely unique about this place, it has an extreme vertical tidal range that can reach over 16 meters or 53 feet. This is due to a combination of the bay's funnel shape and a resonant effect similar to a bathtub slushing water. This is the check-in at the campground. Now, one important thing to note is your camping permit does not come with a vehicle permit. Another change with the Provincial Park is the checkout is at 11 and the check-in is 2. So that's the same, but you have to check out earlier. The quiet hours are from 11 to 7, which at Provincial Parks they're from 10. The other interesting thing is you buy a firewood permit, which gives you unlimited access to that woodshed to get your firewood, which I thought is pretty cool. You get a bag for your firewood. You can also buy your ice here to keep your things in your cooler cold. And it's $4 a bag. Instructions on how to use the splitter. And the woodshed itself, which is stock starts every day. So because it's a Parks Canada, you can just grab it. Your campsite comes with a fire permit, which means it comes with unlimited wood. Here is where we then camped for the first time out east. We had site 34, which is at the end of the loop, next to the comfort station, and of course with fire pit. So Fundy is an absolutely massive park, and as a result you'll have to drive everywhere, but there's lots of trails and just beautiful spots to check. When it comes to cell phone service, it is pretty spotty in the park. So if you're planning on working from the campsite here, it's going to be hit and miss. You may have some service, you may have no service whatsoever. So that's something to keep in mind. Biking you're pretty much in the mountains. So if you're a strong biker, sure, bring it. There are some mountain bike trails as well. If you're not a very strong biker, maybe leave them at home. Your kayaks, canoes and stand-up paddleboards, you are right on the Bay of Fundy, which essentially is an extension of the ocean. So unless you have a very, very good sea kayak, I recommend don't bring them. You know, when you're at the national park, you can find the red chairs there, which are typically located wherever you have a nice view, such as right here. There are nice trails everywhere, including the one that connects from the campground to the beach and to the bridge itself. There are some routes, so definitely not wheelchair and stroller accessible. And there's quite a few stairs as well, so if you have a stroller, stick to the main road. And wherever you are, of course, you always have beautiful views. Over there is the covered bridge. And the tide is going back in. From low tide you can see the water flowing upriver rather than downriver as you usually see in rivers. You can see there's lots and lots of boardwalks with nice views, but also information about the park itself. So that's the covered bridge and also the entrance to the campground. And no matter where you are, again, you get stunning views. This is the covered bridge that takes you into the campground.
The next morning.
We decided to go on a little bit of a road trip, and when you're in Fundy or near Fundy or New Brunswick for that matter, there is one destination you have to visit, but not before we make a couple stops. Directly outside of the park is Alma, which is a very quaint little fishing town. So next to the Bay of Fundy National Park, there's Alma, which is a very nice little touristic town, but you can also see the tides here, and there, of course, as you expect, there's lots of souvenir shops. As you expect, there's lots of seafood restaurants everywhere. And of course, you know, you can't go to a touristical place without a gift shop. Just outside of the park, in the town of Alma, you can get gas there. There's a little general store as well, where you can also buy your liquor. So yes, if you need supplies, Alma is just outside of the park. So this is Cape Enrage. On the top there's a restaurant and a lighthouse, and of course the Bay of Fundy. Just a short drive from Cape Enrage is Hopewell Rocks. This is a must-visit destination if you're in the area. That's high tide. There you can see the difference, and that's low tide. So there's lots of trails here, some lookout points, but first, since it's almost 11:30, which is low tide, we're going to the ocean floor. When you walk to the ocean floor, you can either take the shuttle, which comes at an extra cost, of course, or you can walk. It's about a 15-minute drive. It is an easily accessible trail. As you can see, it is wheelchair and stroller accessible. Here you can spray your shoes and wash off after the mug. And here you go down. So it shows the high and low tide. And over there is where you go. So there are stairs here to walk down. We're on the down one. That's the up one. And if I flip the camera around, you can see the rocks. And there! So we are now officially on the bottom.
So there's 2 stairs, one for up and one for down. And we're pretty much at the lowest tide. It's 1:30. It's the lowest and we're close to 1:30.
And of course in the main building there is a large souvenir shop. And a very nice visitor center where you can learn about the history, the nature and the animals. And a very nice playground for the kids. And a nice restaurant because all this walking makes you hungry.
This is the Rocks Poutine. You have chicken, bacon, cheese curds and gravy, and it's delicious.
5 hours later.
If you want to be here for the low and high tide, you don't have to stay at the park. You can leave and come back later. That's exactly what we did.
So we're back now. It's about an hour and a half till high tide. But as you can see, it's already rising. It's closed off there, and soon we will be able to leave here too. We will likely be told to leave. So now the kayaks come out. You can book the tour. It's quite expensive, but it would be a once-in-a-lifetime experience to kayak the rocks here.
Well, for this now rock ball time.
I 100% recommend going here, and after this amazing experience we went back to the park and drove through Alma, where you can again see how big the tide difference is. Fundy Park has a public pool as well, so if you want to go swimming you can go here, and the parking lot gives you beautiful views.
The next day.
So let's talk about Fundy National Park and Point Wolfe. So first of all, Fundy National Park is an absolutely stunning park. There's so many different trails to do, so many things to explore. There's mountain bike trails. You are essentially in the mountains, so it's just absolutely stunning. You get beautiful views absolutely everywhere. We were here only for 2 nights, and that's way too short in order to explore the whole park. Definitely recommend staying longer if you can. If you only have a couple nights, 100% recommend Hopewell Rocks. It's such a unique experience to go to a spot where there's the highest tide of the world. You walk on the seafloor, 6 hours later you can kayak there. It's such a surreal, amazing experience. Camping in the national park is quite different than the provincial park. Again, your vehicle permit is not included. You have to get them separate. Your firewood situation is quite different. You buy a fire pit permit and now you have access to a woodshed for limited wood. But in the end, I think it actually works out way better than a provincial park. Similar to a provincial park, if you want to see stuff, you have to hike. If you just stay in the vehicle, you do get some beautiful lookouts, but in order to really explore the park, you need to hike. Otherwise, you can't get to places where I am now, such as this beautiful beach on the Bay of Fundy. So overall, I 100% recommend going here. Try to go for as long as possible. I don't think you can go wrong with 5 days to a week. There's even a nice swimming pool. Alma is such a pretty nice little town with lots of great food, but also you can see the high tides, you can see the boats float, and then, 6 hours later they're on the ocean floor. If you got a lot of value out of this video, please smash that like button. It really helps push this video out to a larger audience, and you might as well subscribe. We have so many more adventures coming up, and subscribing is 100% free, so you might as well. If you're looking for additional great videos, why don't you check out this video right here, where we check out our best top 10 parks in Ontario.